we had some pushback when we chose our name for our nickname, just our nickname, for the YouTube channel Through Lily's Eyes. We had some pushback because our nickname, if you stick around, you'll find out why, is Arya's Nation. Because my beautiful, sweet, darling girl, her name is Arya. Spelled so it is visually beautiful and sourced from a ballad, a melody, a tone you would sing to the children. That's her name, friends. So Arya's Nation is what we have called her domain, friends. It's her name, friends. Oh my God, check me out. Have you ever seen anyone who walks more in their ways? They're saying, my God, how many times have you heard it? If you haven't, you're new. How the skin of my face has granted me privilege, 'cause it has. Yes, the skin of my face made sure I wasn't isolated, 'cause I would have been in the one wing the one time I ever was booked in county. I would have been put in a wing full of people who actively said out loud they hate people of color, and I do not get it, I don't. And there was someone who there was and said that they weren't, so that I could know. Because everyone else around was so obscene. And there's only one women's wing. If I had been of color, and it would have been obvious, I know I would have been held so much longer in one cell, no windows, no room to walk around. That's the situation. Sounds great, doesn't it? For 20 days. They can't put someone in a wing with other people that might hurt them. And people who are actively saying that they would happily hurt someone of color, which is something I do not understand. Where I am at, it is a very likely possibility that they would have been held, because you get, as a jail, you get more money the more inmates you hold. She could very likely be being held where I couldn't see. When I walked through those halls, there's windows over them, blankets over the windows. You can't see in. You have no idea who's being held innocently, because everyone's guilty there, regardless of the verdict you receive later. If I'd been of color, if I'd been insane, if I'd been someone that they just couldn't quite trust with the only one wing I'd have had, I'd have been isolated while they held me, didn't let me walk the halls. I've heard the stories from the girls who were held only 4 days, and even that's 3 days more than they're supposed to be allotted. So Arya's Nation, the nation I let my child name, I won't take away her rights while I fight for theirs and mine all the same. You hear me singing, it's not something I can always control. What if I had a bout of singing while I'd been there? What would my toll be? Oh, thank God I'm here. Thank God I'm with me. Thank God in my own head I can always find that sweet release and relief. But what if it happened? It could have happened to me. That my sister's still there and it's freezing. They took a thermometer to one of the rooms in one of the nearby jails. 51 degrees and threadbare blankets. short sleeves, 51 degrees. Is that okay to you? To walk around all day before they turn off the heat and you sleep? That's the daytime temperature, my friends. That's the hell I was living in for 20 days before I had to leave because I had to get the evidences that she needs to prove her innocence too. To prove she was only doing what the children had asked her to do. Please help. I name no names. I can't. Legality. I ask for only a moment of your time, you see. If this gets just enough traction, then you will be a part of what race this palace is. I will make art for children to live in, wherever they come from, whatever the skin of their face wears, whatever condition their body may be in, because we'll have so much help to spare. Because part of this, yes, part of this is going to be dedicated to house those who've been incarcerated still awaiting verdict. It's not fair. They're all found guilty before innocence is spared. I'll be a place that they can be where their children will care. My mom is safe. My dad is happy. Grandpa's well, and look, there's Grammy. And she's fine because her leg's now in a cast. We weren't sure how that was going to happen before. Because this place, it's so amazing. And I've decreed it, so they've made it. Because this is the place the children play. I know you see it too. All the things that I do in Lily's home. So welcome to Lily's home. If you've made it this far, then you're in. Oh my God, how to see you again, friends. Because I know that we both begin in the same place anyway. And yes, I know that's where my song comes. And yes, that is where you dance from. And oh, that is who I turn to when I say take the wheel. Oh, see how you feel. Ask yourself, are you beaming inside? I know that we can do it. Every chance we do it is alive. Oh, and doesn't life just like to find a way? If you want it to, let me hear you say. Just whisper it out loud, I'll hear you. I believe I'm worthy of great things. And I believe one day I will have wings. Don't let them make me doubt it. And I want you, yes, I wish that you'll always be here even when I forget. 'Cause I mean it when I say, oh, friends, I love you. Thank you for joining me.